Well, very good morning, everyone. It's George Bayruthi here, giving you the market report for Monday morning, the 22nd of May, 2023. Well, we woke up in the morning on Saturday and we found the Dow Jones was down 109 points, or 0.3%. The S&P 500 was down 0.1%, and the Nasdaq was down 0.2%. Tesla was up $3.25. 180. Only a few weeks ago it was about 162. But however, a year ago, or more than a year ago, it was nearly $250 US. Apple slightly up, $175 US. And BHP and Rio, both in New York, were slightly up on Friday night, Saturday morning, our time. In Europe, on the weekend, we found that the StockX 50 index, which comprises most major European markets, was up 0.6%, on the back of the FTSE in London, up 0.2%, the CAC in France, 0.6% up, and DAX in Germany, 0.7% up. The ASX 200 on Friday was actually up 0.6% or 43 points, got up to 7,279 points. The futures indicate this morning that most likely we will find that the market, actually this is not correct. This is actually in comparison to the previous week. However, we found that the futures were actually down this morning. And as a matter of interest, if we go to, we see here the market, that's 5-minute chart. It actually opened here somewhere and it's been going down. It's 7,261, recovering slightly from covering a couple of points higher. But if you look at the indicators, the parabolic stop and reverse above the candles, this is actually the 5 minutes. Let's put them in the day chart. Now we find that the parabolic stop and reverse is below the candles, that's bullish, and the stochastic is bullish. RSI above the 50% point, bullish. However, the MACD is neutral, and what we find here, that the 21-day moving average, we don't have the 9, the 21 is above the 9, which is good, and then we find that the 50 is below the 100, that's long-term bearish. We like to see the 50 above the 100 for the long term. But anyway, that's the situation as it is. Short term, bullish. Medium to long term, bearish. Alright, let's go now to our presentation. And now let's go and see the big picture. What we have here, week by week. The Dow over 3 weeks was down 2%. The S&P 500 was up 0.5%, and the Nasdaq up 3%. Our market over the month, we are down 0.7%. Over the year, we're up nearly 2%. Gold, 1,977. It's about 1.6% down over the week. And if you look at over the year, it's up 3.6% and steady over a month. Silver, on the other hand, 1 month up 4.6%, over the year down 9%. Copper, the economic global barometer, 17% over the year. Is that an indication of a recession around the world? That may be the case. Brent and crude oil were up 2%, for the week. However, over 3 weeks combined, both of them are down 5 and nearly 7%, nearly 5 and nearly 7% down. And soybeans down 8% over 3 weeks. Okay, let's go to our portfolio to see where we are with our portfolio. Now, on Friday, the market was up 0.6%. However, we did not perform as well. We were also up, but you can see here we are up, but not as much as 0.59. However, if we look over the week, the market was up 0.3%, 0.34%, and we were up 1.4% for the conservative portfolio, 6% for the volume, and 0.6% for, so we outperformed the market 3 out of 4 portfolios, but for the aggressive portfolio we were down 0.11%. Over 3 weeks, or actually over 4 weeks, the conservative portfolio is down 1%, and the aggressive portfolio is actually up nearly 7%, and the market is down 0.8%. We have outperformed the market for 3 out of 4 portfolios, as you can see here. Now, as you can see here, we have improved quite a bit on the volume. Now let's go further and see why that is the case. As a matter of interest, these are the percentages, but I want to show you that what's happening here is that we had 250,000 when we closed all our positions before the end of June last year, and we will do the same thing next month, at the end of June next month, and see how we perform this year versus last year. But we set on $250,000 across the 4 portfolios, and you can see that we only used 69% for the aggressive portfolio, 52% for the conservative, and also nearly 50% on the other 2. So we've still got a lot of cash in the bank. Now let's go further and see what are the stocks that are giving us money. Well, here we go. The 18% for the conservative. BHP is up 29%. Whitehaven Coal 33.5%, and Mineral Resources 34.1%. BHP up 7.5%. and TPG up 17%. Now the second best portfolio is the volume based. Remember, we were up 6% on last week, over 1 week from the previous week, and there has been a major improvement in Life 360. Life 360 is up now 55%, giving us a major push for our total profit for the portfolio. Temple and Webster, nearly 24%. ANZ Group, 7.8%. Mesoblast, nearly 18%. So we actually have improved quite a bit in this portfolio. Now with this last one, that's the third best portfolio. Pilbara, 31%. WiseTech, 47% up. That's over since the 7th of July last year, and giving us 8.6% in total. And the aggressive portfolio, actually we like to compare the aggressive versus the conservative, and the aggressive portfolio, Lake Resources was actually down nearly 40% at one stage. We're starting to recover. And remember, the fair value, the trading at the moment at 63 cents, Lake Resources, and the fair value is actually 62 cents. We entered the market at 86. So maybe it's time to actually either add onto the Lake Resources or to actually get rid of it. Alright, you will get a copy of this whole presentation if you want to, and you'll have time to actually stop and start it and see a lot more and have more details and spend more time on each slide. Okay, advance and decline. What we have here, we had 2 good days following 3 bad days where the declines exceeded the advances. We had 36.5% of all the stocks rising, advancing, and 26% declining. And you can see here every day between 36 and 39% of the stocks remain unchanged. So you can see here that a lot of stocks don't trade as much. Alright, the volume has actually, well, over the long time it's up, but you can see it's been actually down. Even though 36.5% of all the stocks went up, the volume was lower. Alright, let's move on. Let's go to the hot, most active trade on the stocks. Inconex was up 33.3% over the week, and the fair value average is 47 cents. Now let's go and see where that let's close that. Well, we can't go to the chart. I wanted to go to the chart, but unfortunately it's not coping with me, and that's not what I want. So let's drop that. Here we go again. Inconex. Here we go. Wow, it was down 7% today. See, it was really high up, 33%, but then dropped quite a bit. So I don't think we're going to worry too much about Inconex at the moment. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, and you see that the fair value is not really as good as what I thought. Second best is Temple & Webster, and I showed you that we had it. It was up 25% over the week and trading at $4.83, and the average is $6.41, but the target is actually $4.75, and we've reached that, so we might even think about closing it. And I also told you Live 360 also is in our portfolio, was up 21% over the week. And we look at the price. The last price was $7, and the average fair value is $10.80. We still have 54% extra value above the last price, and I reckon the target is $9.70. So that would probably be nice to keep. Next one is Invocar, was up nearly 12. And again, the target is below, the fair value is below the last price, so we're not going to worry about that. Silex was up nearly 12% and trading at $4.10. Fair value is $4.33, and the target is $5. So you can see, right, we're starting to see that the trades happen to be overbought. And if that is the case, we need to actually be very careful. Appen, we've been very concentrating on Appen for a long time, and we've made money, we lost money. $2.42 the last price, and the fair value, the average. Remember, you've got 3 systems. and we put them all together and we work out the average, is $4.73 or $4.74. But the target is $2.45, so obviously we've reached that level. We might go back and see if the target has changed. Well, let's do it now so we can actually continue to understand how we do things here. Happen. Oh, okay. Well, it's even the analyst target now is $1.98 versus what it was before. So actually, we've gone down. So why are we so addicted to it? That's a good question. Well, certainly we're not going to add on to Appen. Maybe we need to actually get rid of some of the Appen trades. All right, let's move on to most active daily. On Friday, Ostal went up by 26% on Friday and went from $1.60 to $2.01. Fair value average is $2.14, almost the same, slightly above it, and the target is $2.10, so not really a great deal of fair value above the last price. Inconex, we already discussed it. Hastings was up 10% on Friday, trading at $2.13, and the average fair value is $4.30. That's nearly double what we see here, and the target is $3.87. Hastings, HAS, let's see what the market is doing for HAS. Horizon is Horizon. No, I think we got the wrong one. Just wait a minute. Hastings, HAS. We haven't got it listed, but we'll do that. We add it onto the list. Okay, well, what did you do? Where did you go? At the bottom of the list? No? There we are, Hastings. I was up 5% today. Went to $2.25. So, okay, we're going to go, after this presentation, I'm going to go and add on to Hastings as part of our additional stock. All right, let's continue to go on. Okay, Brain Chip was up 9%, trading at 47 cents. Fair value average is 98 cents, and they reckon the target is $1.74. That's another one we're going to look at, Brain Chip and Hastings. All right, so because the time constraint we have in this presentation, we keep moving on. And now we're going to look at volume radars. Okay, here we've got here on the weekly, that was several weeks ago. No, that's not what I want. Zero and James Hardy. Excuse me. James Hardy was up 0.5% up. but the volume, the daily average is 1.3 million, and on Thursday actually traded 2.2 million. The fair value, okay, below, so nothing interesting here, but this is going down to the mid cap, and Mesoplast. We have Mesoplast, and we're trading at $1.15, was up 3% on Friday, and look at the fair value is $4.49, 290% extra above the price. Nothing in the top 50, but here we've got Temple and Webster. We have 34% extra value. News Corporation 30%, but the beauty here, Mesoplast. So before we do that, we're going to actually double check and see if that fair value is still correct, because mind you, the fair value changes every day based on announcement and based on what is happening in the market. All right, anything else we want to see here? Now, all I can tell you now is that this is our contact details. If you're ringing from Australia, it's 0411 259526. And if you're ringing from overseas, remember 6161, you don't need a 0. 61 411 259526. Or you can write to me at george@FS Securities. FS stands for Full Service Securities.com.au. Happy trading. Remember, trade safely and wisely, and have a fantastic day or week until we talk to you on a daily basis, or sometime this week, or definitely next Monday morning for overall presentation on what happened the week before and what we expect in the future weeks. Okay, goodbye now.